Okay, so as I said, I'm an independent musician, and the way I fund all my albums and touring and everything else is busking on the street. I go busking and playing on the street. I've been doing so for years. And this summer, me and my best friend Stu, we went through Europe, went through Germany and France and Scandinavia, and had the best time ever. Just busking in the street and playing little shows in pubs, and it was hilarious and wonderful. But this next song is about two people that I met on the road.
Me?
Not you. Not you. It's about two people that I met. The first guy, I was playing on the street in Copenhagen in Denmark, which is a lovely city. But that specific day was horrible and cold and windy and shit, and no one was listening and stopping and putting any money in, and it was a really depressing afternoon, to be honest. Apart from this one guy who was just sitting there for like the whole time, for like 2 hours. And I was packing up at the end and I was a bit pissed off, and he came over and told me this story that he was from Australia, and him and his wife had never really travelled too much outside of Australia before. And for years they'd been planning to travel around the world together once they were retired, and so they saved up all their money and they finally got around to buying these tickets. And 2 months after that, his wife suddenly and very sadly passed away, which is heartbreaking, you know. And it's okay. There's hope. Don't worry. But anyway, what I thought was incredibly brave about this guy was that he still decided at the age of like 700 or whatever he was to go around the world on his own, and I just thought it was the bravest thing ever. And the conversation I had with him really stuck with me, even though it took only 5 minutes. And the second person is this woman that I met in Switzerland. I was sitting outside my hotel room, drinking a beer with a big beard, looking pretty homeless, and this woman came out of the hotel in floods of tears. She came and sat down next to me, and she told me that she'd just been dumped by her boyfriend that she was with for like 40 years or something horrible. And so we just sat there talking for hours, and this song is about, it's called Travelling Alone, and it's about those little interactions you have with strangers as you walk through life. It goes something like this. Sorry, this is horribly out of tune. Give me 1 second.
I didn't even notice. I love you. You're good when you're bad. What would you do for a Klondike bar? I love you.
I sometimes tell jokes when I'm tuning just to try and make it less awkward. I've got a joke.
Go.
I went to a zoo the other day. It had one animal in it. It was a Shih Tzu. Sorry.
Sorry.
Actually kind of makes it more awkward, doesn't it? Sorry about that.
My box is gonna fall off.
Australian man, Scandinavian tan, kicking stones round the square. He sat for a while and carved out a smile, as if someone would care. He said, I'm a long way from the Gold Coast, furthest I've ever known. This just ain't my home. It was my wife's idea, but she's no longer here. She left me traveling alone. Never heard silence ring out like a bell. Never heard silence like last night at my expensive hotel. Well, I'm loving a shadow, trying to catch the rain. I never heard silence till I heard its day. She walked out of the hotel, I could still smell the smoke of a burning heart left inside. She said men are all assholes and life's a bad joke. She laughed and started to cry. Well, 10 years with this man and a lifetime of plans. You know I loved him to his bone, but now I've lines on my skin and he's traded me in. Let me try alone. You know I never felt silence. Come and hear me like a train. Well, I never felt silence like blood course through my veins. Yeah, I'm loving a shadow, and I'm trying to catch the rain. I never felt silence till I felt it today. I never heard silence till I heard it today.